Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss J J Diamond, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me. Hope everyone had a wonderful, safe night. I did. I was in my bed, resting up for my work week and continuing to build my businesses. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I just seen a post with 50. Y'all know I love 50. That's my buddy. He helped me get money in the music game. However, the post was not correct, and I'm not going to let y'all think that it is. Sometimes 50 say things because he hasn't received the knowledge as of yet to, as he say, what was the saying he said? We learn as we go. And yes, in life, that's what happens. We learn as we go unless someone teaches us. And that's my job to help you guys understand where he's wrong at. Okay? And even though that's my buddy, I'm not going to let y'all fall short in life because he taught y'all something that's incorrect. Okay? I'm not scared of 50. Some other people may be, but I ain't scared of 50. Anyways, with that being said, when you have children, okay, by law, you must have an income. You have to have money coming in. It's the law. Okay? They don't necessarily have to have income. But if you have income and you're the appointed adult in their life, you must have an income to care for that person. That's just what it is. I didn't make the laws. Now, in God's eyes, if God appointed this child to you, he's given this soul, body, and flesh to you, he expects you to take care of it. He's given us all the necessary tools to take care of it. And you must do that. And we're going to look at this from a farmer's perspective. Okay? Say we got a farmer. He has a lot of land and he has food all on the land. And he has a home. And he's growing his crops to feed his family. Can they say that he's neglecting of his family? No, because he has a house, which is and can be income. It belongs to him. So he can get a loan on the house. He can rent out a room to get potential income. He can sell the food that's on the land. If he needed something other than just the food. We want to look at the Amish for a moment. Most of the Amish, that's what they do. They buy a house with land. They don't too much deal with too many of the businesses that's in America, meaning they don't buy cars too often. They use their horses. They don't use light. They use God's light. And they work as well because they have to have money coming in to feed their families. But yet and still, they still own businesses. Now, for those that live in Maryland, we have in Joppa, there's a Joppatown, there's a flea market. That flea market stays open 7 days a week. Okay, most places it's only the weekend, but this particular flea market stays open 7 days a week. One of the reasons being is because most of the Amish sell their things in there and they need to generate income because it's the law. If you have children, you have to have an income. Just because they have a house with land, okay, you don't have to pay the light bill. You can live off of God's light. But we want to know how you're going to feed your children, how you're going to feed your wife. So they're still able to go out and generate income to feed their families. Now we're going to talk about a person like myself and a person like 50 Cent. Okay, first I'm going to break down 50 Cent and then I'll break down myself. We're looking at a person like 50 Cent. 50 Cent didn't have no stability with his children. Okay, and I'm not downplaying him or talking bad about him. What I'm saying is he didn't live with his children. Okay, so he wasn't totally responsible. The mother was. Okay, so with that being said, he can go out and be self-reliant because he has no one to care for. He chose to live on his own. It's still against the law because in America, everyone must be accounted for and have money coming in from somewhere, whether it's welfare, Social Security, SSI, a job, or even if someone is donating money to him to survive. It must be allotted for. Now that he has his son on a regular basis, he has to show proof to the government. You're running around with a child. We want to know where your stream of income is coming from. It's the law. Now we're going to talk about myself. As y'all know, I'm a business owner. And I sell my products. But I also work. And I make music. And I do a podcast. So I have several streams of income coming in. With that being said, if I was walked up on, even with the struggle, they're going to ask me, how do you take care of your child? And I will show them. But you have to have proof. Now, if your monies are not coming in on a regular basis, like, okay, recently, it's been Christmas, people are not going to buy, or they're going to buy hygiene products. However, they're not going to try new hygiene products if they, especially with the prices that I have, they're not going to try new stuff when they have other things that they have to do and bills they have to pay. So I knew things were going to get slow in some retail. This is why we create a lot of products, and I wanted to throw that out there. This is why businesses create a lot of products so we can stay in the game. I haven't been able to create more products because, of course, it costs money. That's one. Two, I work. And I can't neglect certain things in my life, and one of those is my child. As y'all know, my child, she's into a lot. She's a cheerleader. She has games she has to perform at. She also have her own performances she has to do when it comes to the cheering. And I have to make sure as a parent that everything is right for her. because she was an appointed child from God for me to watch over and protect. I can't be totally self-reliant. And I'm going to tell you why. One, if I decided I wanted to go out and say, you know what, I'm going to walk the streets with my products every single day, and so I can get sales. There may be a day I don't come home with sales. How am I going to feed my child? She doesn't want to hear I didn't get a sale today and she can't eat. Because it's not her fault that I chose to be a business owner. I can't come home and say, well, you're a cheerleader and you need to get to your game. I can't take you because I don't have any gas. I didn't get any sales today. I can't do that. And being a single mom with no child support, it's only me, trying to do everything. It's not easy. So I can't be totally self-reliant. And I feel like no one should be totally self-reliant because you can go 2-3 days without getting sales. And you have to eat. You need to be strong to be able to get back out there. This is why every business is supposed to have 2 businesses come together. 2 or more, actually. Because if one side is not making money, the other side may make the money, and then they can fund what's going on this side. That's the way it works. This is why God appointed 2 from the beginning. If you read in the book of Genesis, everything was in 2s. 2 is the completion. I had a guy I was dealing with tell me, I hate to talk about him, but I just have to bring this out there. He said to me, you can do it by yourself. Ain't that what they say? And I'm like, what? I had to look at him like he was stupid. I said, well, I never said that. Just because other people may have said that, they're stupid. Those people ain't never had shit. And I know that for a fact, because if they did, they wouldn't be telling you that. You can't listen to people that never lived the path. You got some people out here that just go get a job. They meet a mate. They buy a house and live a regular old life. How can they tell you about what's going on over here? And what I'm doing and how I'm doing things and what's sufficient for the law? Even back in the day when people were selling big time drugs, they couldn't do it by themselves. They had to have clean people in their lives. Who was going to buy the cars? Who was going to buy the houses? Because you can't just go out and sell drugs and think you're going to buy a house because they want to know where the money came from. You have to make it make sense. Or you're going to wind up behind bars. And that's just the way it works. You have to have a steady stream of income. Especially when you have a family. So don't wake up and say, Well, I'm going to be a big-time drug dealer. That's how I'm going to make my money. And if you ain't got nobody backing you that's willing to go to jail with you when the feds come for all that fancy stuff that you're going to be able to buy because you have made the money, don't indulge in that. You just can't. And I'm just keeping it real as possible. Because it will come back to bite you. I don't need to run down all the big-time drug dealers, where they landed themselves, because y'all all know. Y'all do your research. Some made history, but eventually they got caught. You're headed down a path of destruction unless you have somebody to cover you. And that's just the bottom line. With me, my life has slowed down business-wise. One, because I have to focus on my daughter. Right now, she's the number one priority because she's building her success. And, of course, it takes two. And I'm number two. I'm the one that covers her. So just like she was accepted to this new school, and I'm bringing it up because the advocate asked me yesterday if we were still interested, and I did take on that responsibility and tell them, yes, we are interested. And when I say I took on that responsibility, in other words, meaning I have to make sure she gets to school. I have to make sure that her life stays stable so she continue to have her success. That's the way it works. You can't do it by yourself. So don't listen to the fools, the idiots that tell you, oh, you can build a business by yourself and all these haters and blah, 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 blah. Get that out your mind. Everybody is stark raving crazy right now. The whole world stark raving crazy, including the ministers. They crazy too. Oh, the haters, this, the blah, 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 blah. I sit back and I laugh at a lot of them. I mean, I listen to them. Some of the things that they say is legit. And some of the things I sit back and laugh. And I have a friend, he built a business and I'm proud of him. But he wanted to let people know that he's in a new tax bracket. So I laughed. I said, ooh, he don't know the problems come with that too. I was frozen for 5 years because I was in tax vet. So everything that's glitter, what they say, what's the saying? Everything that's gold don't glitter. Is that the saying? I don't know. The point that I'm trying to get at is everything that look good ain't always good. Okay? That's why I always tell people, I don't want to be rich. I want to be comfortable. They want to throw at you, oh, comfortable, being comfortable is not it. You have to always elevate. That's not what God said. Where y'all getting this from? Being in a higher tax bracket means you pay more taxes, which means you have to be disciplined. In other words, meaning you can't be going out here buying all of this stuff because when the IRS come for you, they're going to say, well, where's the money? We want our money. They can shut down your business. They can shut down your life until you get it right. And that's just the way it works. I tell everybody want to be like me. Oh, we want Jackie's life. Jackie getting money. But Jackie also pays a lot of bills. Before my mother died, I was paying her rent. I was paying my own rent. I was taking care of my kids, which was 4 of them. And then my brother came in. He did get a job, so that helped out some. And I had a mate that most of the time stayed home and looked after the kids. Because somebody had to work and someone had to be appointed at home. Because then I would be, even though I'm not gonna say rich. Y'all look at it as being rich, but I don't look at it as being rich. Because when you got a lot of family members to take care of, it can seem like you're on welfare. But the point that I'm trying to get at is, I would still go up for neglect if I didn't have an appointed adult at home watching over my children. While I go out there and get the money. Now, in my case, I got to be both. I got to go get the money and be the appointed adult, which is even harder. And I work hard every single day as a parent and as a person that's bringing in the income. I'm doing the hardest job there is. Juggling my life and make sure every day is at 100%. As a single mom. This is why I laugh at those that, when I ask for help, they don't give it. Because if God has appointed you in my life as an overseer for whatever, and if I'm asking you for help and you deny me that help, God is erasing things. Because he wouldn't appoint certain people in your life if he didn't feel like they can help you in some form, way, or fashion. They wouldn't even be in your circle. You wouldn't even come across their path, or they wouldn't go down your journey if they wasn't there for a reason. See, everything is controlled. God controls. The government controls. This is the way it's designed. So if something came down your path, or a person came down your path, and God didn't see fit where they can elevate you and you can elevate them, they wouldn't be in your path. Now, if they didn't get it mentally, that's their loss. But then God is going to find someone else to a point to say, hey, y'all two can come together and make it work. But you have to see it. If they don't see it, see the signs, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss your blessing. And that's how we miss our blessings. Because we don't see what God is trying to show us or teach us. We as human beings have to learn to pay more attention to the good than the bad. And that's what's wrong with the world today. They pay attention to the bad. They think the bad, the drama, all of that. None of that is God. Okay? That's all devil's work. 100%. If there's anything that's going to give you negative consequences, that's the devil's work. Why would you want to even indulge yourself in that and say you want to win? Even if you do win, it's going to be taken away. The way God sets up his kings and his pharaohs is everything they get to keep forever. See the difference? This is why we need to read the Bible and understand the stories. See, they wanted to focus on a drunk man wrote this book. Okay, there's plenty of drunk men that know a whole lot of stuff. We look at DMX. He was on drugs, but he told us the truth. And he was a stronger believer in God than anyone that I know. The point that I'm trying to make is if it's bad, it's not God. If you go a day without eating, that's not God's work. Because God is good. He's going to protect. As long as you're doing your part, meaning praise him, pray to him, you would never go a day hungry. There will always be someone appointed in your life to help you, to walk that path with you, because that's the way God designs it. You may not always get it, but God will appoint someone in your life that does have it or will get it or be able to get it to say, hey, I got you. God sent me in. I'm here. I'm the warrior for you right now. God's power is in the universe. So he works from the universe. Just like when we drive past the people and they be asking for money. Some of us give, some of us don't. But then it's going to be that one person that come through and say, what's wrong? What you need? And they're going to give it. That's the way it works. Now, I'm going to use this for instance. I was at work. This was right before the peak. And this young fella walked up to me. And it's crazy because we have water fountains all through our building. All through our building. And I never even thought to tell him, if you have a cup or a bottle, you can go get water from the fountain. We have a fountain where we could put our cup up under the fountain and the water drips down into to the cup. But he was new. And he came to me and he was like, I'm so thirsty. And I'm like, well, why you pick me? He just walked up on me. It was like, I'm so thirsty. And I said, well, I was saying in my I guess God cleared the energy for him to walk up to me and say he's thirsty. He said, I just started. He said, I didn't bring food or drinks. You know, he looking at everybody else and they're eating and they got drinks and everything. And I looked at him And I know we're there for 10 hours. And I opened up my lunch bucket. And he said he just started, so that tells me he's broke. He doesn't have money. And he said, I'm so thirsty. And I was like, are you? And I took one of my waters out. Now, I always bring a certain amount of waters to have throughout the day. Sometimes I drink from the fountain, sometimes I don't. For the most part, I drink my bottled water. But this particular day, and this was something that God wanted to teach me as well, and this is why the energy was cleared enough for him to walk up to me. He looked at me again, and I looked in my bag, and I took the water out, and I gave it to him. And then I looked back down in the bag and said, ooh-wee, I ain't gonna have no water. But then, I said, yes, I am. Because after I drink one of these waters, I'll have a bottle that I can go fill back up and drink. And now he has a bottle that after he drinks that water, he can go fill up his water. So you see how it worked hand in hand? I might have had more water. He didn't have none. But because I gave him that bottle, he was able to drink and continue to refill. And being that I lost the bottle, I had to continue to refill. That's the way God designed it. And we can't change that. There's no way possible we could change it because we didn't design this world. We have to follow the rules. And just like with myself, I continue to go to work every day. I sell my products. I make my music. I do what I got to do. Little money's coming from here and there. We surviving. But one day there will be someone that's going to come in and say, well, what you don't have? Well, you know what? I got that. Let me help you. Let's refill. Let's continue to build. That's how you win. You can't do it by yourself. It's impossible. So stop having it in your mind that you can. Even with social media, they control. Y'all see, I got my products on Etsy. I'm going to use that for instance. I first had it on Amazon. Amazon froze me for whatever reason. After they pushed me to get my trademark, now all of a sudden they don't want me to sell the products. Then I go on to Etsy. They're lying to the people, telling the people I'm getting sales when I'm not. I make my sales on the ground. I have not made one sale via social media because they freeze everything. Because they don't want me to make money. But when I hit down on the streets, I make what I need to make, what God needs me to have. Because they don't control the streets. I do direct sales. Internet sales is new for me. I've always been in direct sales. When I was working for Frito-Lay, I did direct sales. So they thought they were stopping me, but they can't stop me. Because I'm 17 years in, meaning a pro at direct sales. So if I choose this particular day, I want to sell, I'll sell. But I had too much on my plate to try to be selling products, take care of my child, go to work, and still maintain a life of myself. Like at work, they look at me and they say, why she ain't do her hair? It's not because I don't have the money. Not because I don't have the hair. Maybe because I don't have the time. Like yesterday, let me use for instance. I left work early. I had to go food shopping. I got to feed the baby. She ain't a baby, but y'all know what I mean. I had to feed the child. She's getting ready for her homecoming, so we were battling with dresses and trying to see what she's going to wear. Because I'm not a last-minute person. I still have to go to work because I got bills to pay. Sometimes they on time, sometimes they late. But I got to pay them. So I got to go to work. So that took out my time. Now I'm battling with that. I had to do some computer work for my business and for her. This is my day yesterday. I did get in there to make us something to eat. And as soon as I got calm and sat down and wanted to relax myself, here she comes and she's like, Mom, I need to stretch. Come on and help me stretch. And I said, okay, now I got to get up and help her stretch. My intentions was to do my hair. But I didn't have the time. Now it's Saturday. I'm working, talking to you guys. Then I got to get up, do laundry, prepare myself for the work week. Clean up. When am I going to have time to do my hair? Or my nails? So it's not that I don't have it. I have it. I just don't have the time. Because I'm only one person. Now, just think if she had her father here or someone else in our life, I can say, okay, well, I can help her with the stretches. You do your hair. I can cook food while you work on the business. Or I can work on the business while you do whatever. I don't have that. I'm only one person. That's not the way God has designed it. So certain things has to be neglected. So I have to sacrifice myself. I don't have time to look good. I don't have time to do all these extraordinary things because I have to dedicate my time to my child and to my home. It's not what y'all think it is. And so that's what I try to tell y'all. Some of these people create illusions and make y'all think things are a certain way. And in reality, it's really not. And then y'all hurt your lives by not knowing the truth. And this is why I'm speaking on the topic. And then they get online and they tell you all this fabricated BS. And y'all believe it and y'all go out here and try it. And then it hurts y'all. You have to sit down and think about it. If you don't, like, I'm going to use this for instance. Yesterday I was at work. We didn't have much work. So what they did was told us, some of us, to clean. Some people get angry and aggravated when we're told to clean because they feel like they didn't sign up to clean. However, you still work for the brand and certain things got to be done regardless. And you still getting a paycheck. So yesterday I decided to clean the, where we go to packing station. I decided to clean those because they put stickers. They so nasty. These people, some of these people get on my nerves. Like, you see the sticker there, pull the sticker up, put the sticker in the trash. No, they let all the stickers pile up all over the thing, and it just looks disgusting. And these things are brand new. Like, really, guys? You know what I mean? So I took it upon myself. I said, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do that. And there was a couple of other people doing it as well, trying to clean it up. Well, I wanted a scraper. So I'm, walking around the building trying to find a scraper. Where's the scraper? I need a scraper, guys. And then I'm sitting here in my head and I'm saying, I got like 2 or 3 of them at home. And I can't find one in this building. Like, really? So anyways, I went to the housekeeping to find a scraper because I knew that they would have one. Why? Because I used to own a cleaning service. So I stopped to talk to a few ladies. And they was like, well, why would they have one? I said, because it's mandatory. And they looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, see, this is why I don't call people stupid anymore. I used to say people was stupid. Oh, you so stupid, you dumb, blah, blah, blah. And I had, me and God had a talk. And by me reading that Bible, I got a little bit of understanding. It's not that the people's stupid. If you've never been through it, you would never know. That's not your field of expertise. Now, granted I have a lot of fields of expertise. So I'm going to know certain things where the next person may not. But that doesn't mean that they're stupid. They're just not knowledgeable. And the thing is, you can't listen to these people that's not knowledgeable because they don't know. Just like with 50. This is why I don't know if it's a new post or it's an old post. But you can't listen to it because he's not knowledgeable. He's going to lead you down the road of destruction. And then you're going to say, how? Why? Now I want to talk about Will Smith and the Pursuit of Happiness. And that's a proven movie of why you shouldn't be self-reliant. Okay? Meaning going out there trying to survive without some real income coming in from a stable business. Will Smith went out every day to sell his creation. He would sell some once in a while, bring home a little bit of money. But who was footing all of the bills? His wife. She got tired. So she left and left him with the kid, which was 100% wrong. She knew she should have took that child and let that man be on his own and do what he do. But I believe the reason why, whoever wrote the story, or actually it's a true story, actually. What she should have did. Oh no, I was thinking that maybe the reason why she did leave the child is so to get him to get his mind right. Okay? Now, my life is not like the Pursuit of Happiness. My significant other left because he just wanted to be on his own. Because I've worked throughout this whole duration of me owning a business. I've been employed here in Charlotte for over, I would say I've been here for 7 years, and I've been employed for 5 of them 7 years. For 2 years, no, that's not even true because I was doing part-time CNA. So I would say maybe a year and a half. I became unemployed after Kellogg's, and I stayed home for about a year with my allergies and all of that other issues. And then it got to the point where I said, listen, I got to go out here and work. I had my friends driving me to and from work and, wherever I needed to get to make some money. Okay? So that wasn't the case in my situation. But in the pursuit of happiness, that was definitely the case. However, it took him a while to understand what he needed to do. And finally, at the end, he decided, I need to go get a job. I need this training program. I need to get a job and take care of my kid. And he did that. But look what he had to go through before he got to that point. How tired do you have to get for you to understand that you need an income? God took him through so many challenges. They was homeless in a train station. It was a mess. Just like when I was up in Maryland. And my business was slow. And I was with my business was pretty much a franchise. But things went slow. And my bills was $8,000 a month. You know how hard it is to get up $8,000 a month? So I went out and got a job. And I told my significant other, you run the route, I'm going to get a job. Or you get a job and I'll run the route. Somebody got to be working with some stable money with a stable company to bring some stable income up in here. We may not get the 8,000, but we'll get close to it. He told me, Jackie, well, why you gave up? Well, he left. He balled out on me. So I had no other choice but to give up. That was my giving up point by that point. Because I can't run the business and work a job. And I got children. So I told myself, well, what you're going to do is get rid of the business and go get a job and take care of your children. And when you decide to build something else, or I still have my Private Friend Incorporated and Private Friend LLC. That's a nonprofit. So, that has nothing to do with, that's just building the brand and doing service in your community. So I could take time off of work to do that, or when on my off, it comes to the children actually surviving. I couldn't do that. And don't you know, people hated me because I went and got a job? Like, do you know what it's like trying to build a business and you're doing it by yourself and you have children? You don't know what it's like because you've never done it. So don't judge me. You want to live off of my success. But when things get ugly, you're ready to run. That's not the way it works. You go through the whole process together. I told one of my friends, I said, listen here. I'm not one down. I hang out with a lot of Jamaicans, so, I talk in their language, I'm not going to live my life eating porridge, okay? I'm not going to do it. Because I have nothing else to eat because I decided that I want to be self-reliant. So all I can do is sit and eat some cereal, some hot cereal, or rice, just rice, I want some meat in my rice. I want some vegetables in my rice. If I gotta eat rice like the Chinese people, I want some vegetables in there. I want some other stuff in there. I mean, use Trump, for instance. He used to eat tuna fish. I kind of felt bad when he told his story because I believe him. But I was saying to myself, I wonder if he had mayonnaise in it. And if he had bread to go with it. I mean, he had some. Because at least his parents had enough sense to say, well, we better buy some kind of canned goods to feed this kid. Well, son, you got to have tuna fish out the can tonight. This is all we got. This is all we got. Now, I know for a fact, because I did it. I was living off of tuna fish. No bread, no mayonnaise. Straight out the pouch. I couldn't live off of it. I fell out. This is why I tell people, tell the whole story. What else did you have? You might have had cans of tuna fish, but did you have bread to go with it? Did you have an egg in it? It's still a small meal, but what else did you have? Tell the whole story. Because I tried your story, and I failed. This is why I tell y'all, don't listen to when these people speak. Make it make sense. Fish digests in your body in less than 2 hours. It takes a full meal, 4. This is when I said my mind was, I don't know where my mind was, listening to these big billionaires and stuff that throw out these stories. They don't tell you the whole story. And I told myself I was going to sacrifice so my kids could eat, and I was going to eat less. And it landed me sick. Dehydrated, no food in my body. If the body is not fed, it's going to make you sick. That's why when God designed it, he said, I'm going to put the food on the earth here for them so they have something to eat. I just recently discovered throughout an Arctic freeze for the foods that I had and I was growing. During that Arctic freeze, only food that stayed alive was the onion. Who wants to eat on an onion? But if that's all you got, it can be digested. And it can fill you up. That's why we got fried onions. They turn it into meals. You go to these restaurants, their appetizers are fried onions. And I believe my potatoes is okay. I'm going to look in the dirt eventually and check them out. But the point that I'm trying to make, you never know when you're going to have that food. When you're self-reliant. So the way we do things is we try to buy a lot of stuff. When we do get that big payout, we try to buy a lot of what we need. So we'll have it. We may not have any money, but we'll have what we need. It's called bulk shopping. That's what we do. My friend would come over and say, well, why are you always buying all of this? You got all this laundry detergent and you got all of this and then da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, because I need it. And that'll last me about a year. I see it on sale, I'm going to grab one. That's how we do. So we'll be able to survive. I buy bulk toilet paper, even though it's still me in Egypt. Toilet paper lasts us for 4 months. So if I'm going through a debt crisis, at least I ain't got to worry about toilet paper. I and my daughter use our products. So if people don't buy, I don't have to worry about wasting my products because we use it. We are the number one key to the brand. You don't have to buy because I'm going to use it. But don't ask me later on, why do your skin look so pretty and why blah, blah, blah. Oh, I've been using my products that you didn't buy. Thank you, because I needed it. And that's just how it works. But you've got to have that backup funding. And that's just what it is. Like, I'm going to use this story, for instance, when I fell out in Jersey from not eating and drinking. I went to the hospital, and they took me to the hospital, and they did all these tests. And they said, we don't see nothing wrong with you. I said, I'm probably dehydrated and hungry. And I said, I don't feel hungry because I had got past the hunger stage. And see, that's the issue. You have hunger pains for about 24 hours. Then the hunger pains will go away. So then you don't want food. Because now your body is eating off the fats in your body. So your stomach is not telling you anymore you're hungry. That's why we get the hunger pains, because your body is trying to warn you. Or it's giving you a warning. Eat. Then you start getting a little dizzy. Eat. Your body's talking to you. That's why we tell you, listen to your body. I'm dizzy now. Hey, feed me. But I wasn't listening to none of that. I got past it. Now I got no more hunger pains. I just want to make sure my kids eat. The hospital, they fed me. Gave me a plate of food. Gave me some IV, some electrolytes. And a sister was back. I never vowed to do that to myself again. I will always have something to eat to keep me going. A meal. Even if it's just rice. Because rice does hold on the belly. I may have to walk around looking pregnant because I'm allergic to a lot of the wheats and the grains. But I was able to give my body food. Sometimes you got to take the bitter with the sweet. But at least you'll have the strength to go out and make some more money. And that's the way it works, people. Secure yourself. Don't listen to that, oh, I'm going to make it with my business. I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to go out here and I'm going to hustle and I'm going to make it happen. If you don't have nobody backing you, you ain't going to make it happen. You're going to send yourself down a road of destruction. And that's just the facts. Y'all know I don't lie to y'all and I tell y'all the truth. Make sure you have someone backing you, meaning somebody with an income that can help out or help you out if things get rough on your end. And that's just the way it works. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me. I'll talk to y'all soon.